Working on the review for our quadratics test, we're going to start with projectile problems. Remember, you do -16 for gravity, as long as it's in feet, and that's the only ones we've done, plus our velocity, plus our height. But velocity and height are given to you. The equation's actually given to you here. So h of t equals -16 t squared plus 16t plus 32. So that's what I'm graphing. So I want to show you in the regular calculator, since you'll be here to take the test, -16x squared x. Oops. Oh, man. And then we have to figure out the right window. I can see my x-intercepts. I can't see my vertex, so I'm going to change my y maximum. I can see most of it, so I'm going to just double this number. Double it again. Maybe do more than that. What about 50? 50 is good. All right, and then I'm going to figure everything about this graph. Look at my maximum. Menu analyze maximum. Go to the left of your vertex. Go to the right of your vertex. Menu analyze 0. Go to the left and right and right. Okay, there we go. So let's graph it. I want 5 points. So we have our table. And we always start at 0, 0, 32, 0.5, 36, 1, 32, 2, 0. So those are the graphs, the points I'm going to graph. 0, 32. My vertex was at 0.5, 36. 1 was 32. I need 5 points, so there's 3, and then I know 2, 0, so I'm going to do 1.5 as well. Count by, since I'm only going to do 2, I'm going to count by 0.25, so this would be 0.5. Skip 1, 1, skip 1, 1.5, skip 1, 2, and then 1.5. I just found out my third block that I can enter any point I want. Menu, trace, graph trace. And I can type in 1.5, x equals 1.5, and it'll tell me that point, 1.520. What? Zane figured that out. So if you see this, thanks Zane for that. Love it. 1.520. So that's what I'm going to graph. I have to go to 36. So I'm going to count by 2s on this one. Okay. And then count up by 2s. And I graph everything. 2, 0, 1, 2. This is not labeled well. That's 0.5. That one. And so this is 2. At 0.5, it was 36 up here. At 0, it was 32. That's my vertex, so no, it's parallel. At 1.5, it was 20. Whoops, missed it. There we go. All right, now we can answer all of my questions now that it's graphed. Zoom out. How long did it take the rock to reach its maximum? Well, here's my vertex, 0.536. Remember, x is time, so we'll say seconds. Y is height. And we're talking feet. Okay, how long, longest time, so we're going to seconds, to reach the maximum, so 0.5 seconds. What is the maximum height? So that's the y of my vertex, 36 feet. After how many seconds did the rock hit the ground? Here's my ground, my x-intercepts, my x-axis is my ground, so 2 seconds. And then I'm going to pretend like I don't know my it's at 20 feet, it's 1.5 seconds. Because if you're on your graph here and you go to your table, you can't see 20 seconds. Like 20 is not an option for y from your table. So without actually just sitting here and guessing which number it is to 20, you can graph 20 and then find where they intersect. So graph 20, I hit tab and 20, and then I went menu, analyze, intersection, left bound, right bound, 1.520. So that's another way to do it. So 1.5 seconds. Everyone's like, what's this box for? This is where I'm supposed to put my answers. But I didn't see many people do that. So A was 0.5 seconds. And it says show your work or state what you do on the calculator. Your graph is your work on this one. 36 feet. Make sure we have units. Make sure when it's necessary, we're rounding to the 100th place. It wasn't necessary on this one, but it will be soon. It's all the units. And I like this box just because it forces you to think about units. Okay, next equation. You're attempting to retrieve something from a shipwreck 120 feet below water. You do not have scuba gear, and this is the dive, and thus your dive is limited by this equation. X is the time you hold your breath, so this is seconds, and this is the depth, so feet. Graph the equation, use at least 5 points. Graph the equation, use at least 5 points. So control doc adds a new graph. I'm going to do, it was 0.05x squared. And then we have to zoom so we can see it. One thing you can do is your zoom out box. And I know the center is down here, so I'm going to get closer to here until I see the graph. Oh, and there it is. So that's one way you can zoom out, or you can play with your windows. And then I'm going to get everything I can. I want the maximum. I need 5 points. Whoa, that's not it. Menu, analyze, maximum, left, right. Why are you doing that? That's not my maximum. Menu, analyze, maximum, left. What are you doing? Why aren't you telling me further down? Okay, I'm going to pause this video and figure out what's going on here. I know what's going on. I kept hitting maximum, and I am looking for a minimum. Menu, analyze, minimum. Duh. 40, negative 80. Menu, analyze, 0, 80, menu, analyze, 0, 0, 0. And then I'll do the table. Okay, so X, Y, 0. I'm going to count by tens. 0, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. 0, 0, 80, 0, 40, negative 80. I'm going to go to 10, 10, negative 35. So it's symmetrical, so this will be negative 35, 20, negative 60, and 30, negative 75. So those are points I'm graphing. 0, 0, 80, 0, 40, negative 80, 50, 75, 10, negative 35, 20, negative 60. There we go. And that'll answer my questions. Will you be able to retrieve the item? Well, the item was 120 feet below the water, and I only got to 80 feet below the water. So no, I will not be able to retrieve it. my maximum depth was 80 feet below surface. An item, we'll just say not 120 instead of the item being at 120. So that's enough. How long did you hold your breath underwater? Well, I'm at 0, 0, then I go underwater. This is me swimming underwater and then coming back up. So I held it for 80 seconds. C, we're in a room. How deep are you at 70 seconds? So this is, there. I couldn't get 70, exactly 70. 70.2 is close, but not exactly. So it's close to 26. So I lied. 70 seconds is your X, not your Y. 70 seconds is my X. So 70, I'm at 35 feet below. Or under 35 feet. There, I typed it. Hopefully you can see it. It's pretty small. Before it was too big, now it's too small. But that's projectile motion, so I'm going to leave you there on this video, and then I'm going to do the next video for maximizing profit.